What do 120 chickens and 120 pounds of vegetables have in common?
What do? Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yep. There's some of the ingredients in the world's largest serving of matzo ball soup.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep. Our
Okay.
next guest, Chef Eitan Bernath, just made the Guinness World Record for making that soup. He's here to share his magical recipe with us, just in time for Pesach.
The correct way to say it.
Right? Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for
Congrats,
having me.
congrats on the world record.
Thank you. It was no easy feat, I'll tell you that.
How did you practice? What did you practice in? Or you were like, I'm just
Well,
going.
I've made
Go
soup
for it,
many
yeah.
times.
Yes, I know.
But when I was seeking out to make the world's biggest food, I partnered with ChatGPT and I wanted to make some food, and I used it to help me scale this up, and we made it a 1,400-pound version.
My God. Who did you feed?
So we actually donated 100% of the food. I filmed it at City Harvest
Nice.
at their
I love
headquarters in Brooklyn, and we ladled the soup into containers, and it fed thousands of New Yorkers. But
Amazing.
Who peeled the carrots and cracked the eggs?
God.
Like,
I
is this-
had a team of 8 chefs. It took us 13 hours.
No.
It was, and the interesting part is the hardest thing was finding the vessel.
Well, that's what
yeah.
I said when we were talking about
Swimming
your
pool.
coming on the show. I said, is he coming with a kiddie pool?
Right.
No, unfortunately, I could not bring the soup, but I was racking my brain and I used Chat, and it helped me figure out that I could use a horse trough. So it was a 4-foot in diameter, 2-foot tall horse trough.
Yeah.
I lined it with a food-grade industrial liner,
Nice.
and that's what held the soup. It was 6 ginormous pots, 850 matzo balls.
I was going to say, yeah.
Truly just the most insane thing I've ever done in my life.
Let me tell you something.
Were you sore after that?
Oh, I slept
Sorry.
for
Definitely,
24
definitely
hours.
sore. Yeah, there's a lot of pouring. So I was under the impression that I didn't know if it was going to be one giant matzo ball.
No, that's a
but
good
it's not.
question.
Over
So that was a
800.
big misconception when I was working on it, is that since we had to donate it, we made normal size matzo
Nice,
balls,
good.
so it was
Right,
actually
yeah.
You have to
portionable.
piece it off like a giant
Yes.
cake.
Also, frankly, a giant matzo ball I think would
This guy
be
thought
kind of
it
It
was,
gross.
was-
consistency
yeah.
would be awful.
Not so nice. Can we make
yeah,
some?
yeah.
Yes.
can we-
Okay. If you want to help me over here,
Yes.
let's make the matzo ball mix. So we have some eggs over here.
Okay.
These
I'll
look
give
very
you a fork
different
if
than
you
what I'm
wanna-
used to matzo ball wise. They
So,
look a little
okay, this is
darker.
very important. If you want to whisk them
Yeah.
and then you can pour in, I'm going to add some salt, pepper, and some schmaltz.
Can I-
Are you team fluffy matzo ball or dense matzo ball?
Fluffy.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I don't like it
Ridiculous. Dense?
I'm not
Yes.
even, I'm not even
You're
a golf ball.
dense?
Yes.
Really?
Well, I'm not dense.
I
My
know
matzo
you're-
balls are
Wait,
dense.
hold on. I want to
better
test your
put.
density.
Why?
Oh yeah, that's dense. That's serious. That's
wait,
solid.
Okay, but hear me out. I'm also gonna add a little bit of seltzer, and then you could add the eggs into
The
here.
seltzer.
So a dense
How
matzo
many
ball,
eggs-
I'm not trying to eat fluff. I want to eat something hearty
You want
and
something that's
delicious.
gonna fill you
yeah.
up. Yeah. You know what
That's
it is
perfect.
though?
You could dump that right in.
I'm the matzo ball eating champion of my house.
Ooh,
with
world record?
16. No, in my house.
Okay, that might be
But
a
they're-
world record.
But they're fluffy.
Perfect. You
If
can
they were
mix that
dense, I would never
together.
make it, yeah.
Then the actual broth we could talk about.
Okay.
This is my grandma's recipe. It is chicken.
What's her
There's
name?
Grandma Linda.
Grandma
There's chicken. There's parsnip. There's celery root. There is turnip. There's onion. There's garlic. There is dill, like you
Yes, a
mentioned.
lot of dill. We love dill.
Flat parsley and curly parsley.
This is
Excuse
serious.
you, is there a delineation between the two in terms
no,
of taste?
but it's what we do.
It was what was available.
Yes.
Yep.
And yeah, that is the broth. And then, do you want to get over here and do some, get your
roll.
hands dirty, do
Yeah,
some
roll.
rolling?
Do you scoop and then roll?
Yeah,
Okay.
scoop and roll.
Okay,
And
he just scooped and rolled some meatballs the other day.
Yeah.
That were
Oh, how
less,
did that go?
less
Not
than
as
stellar.
not well. Look at this though.
I have
Hey.
faith
oh,
in
there you
You know
go.
what? My culture pops through.
There you
That's
go.
right.
So you're gonna roll them. You want to get a nice
This is
round
man.
matzo ball, right? It's a little hefty.
That's right.
Can I just ask? So this smells so good.
This you got to smell this
Hold
soup.
up. So what makes? How do you make a fluffy matzo ball versus a dense matzo ball?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I only make them dense, so I guess you would add more
Schmaltz.
liquid. Yeah, more schmaltz.
A lot of
more-
schmaltz.
Okay, all right.
No, this is my strong opinion. I
That's your hot take.
Because they don't the fluffy ones. They start off like this and they increase in size. They're the same exact size,
Same
as,
size.
as the finished one.
now, if we want to come over
I'm
here,
just
oh,
gonna
you
use
just
my
eat.
thing.
Yeah. It's like cookie dough. You could just eat it. So
I would never
then
say no to a wet nap.
I will make you a bowl. Now, this is not the world's largest soup, of course.
course.
Unbelievable. I do have a question as you're
yes.
ladling. So do you put the matzo ball and the vegetables in the vessel first and then pour the broth over?
That's a good question. So when we did the record, we first added all. I'll give you right
Thank you,
here.
sir. Can I
we
have some
first, of course.
Please. And some curly and some flat parsley?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
both.
They're-
Because if that-
They taste very
specific,
different.
Very specific.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna give you one of these. I'm gonna
I
ladle some of the
interrupted
warm
you when you were
broth.
breaking the world record.
So we first filled it with our broth and our
Okay.
chicken.
Thank you.
Then we did matzo balls.
Wow.
And so the soup ended up weighing about it was 615 kilograms, so around a little over 1,400 pounds. You
Did you-
could have swam in it.
When you
Yeah,
were
but
feeding the
yeah.
people from City Harvest, were the people that never tried matzo ball soup before, and they were like, "This is like," with the reactions did you see?
So I didn't get to see the people because we froze it and then
Oh,
it was
okay,
went
I
out
gotcha, I
to
gotcha,
soup
I gotcha.
kitchens in need.
You just invite a bunch of people over, like, "Here's a horse trough."
I have to tell you, this tastes like comfort.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
what it
Also,
is.
we need it. It is
I
so
know.
gloomy
It's a
out
matzo
today.
ball soup kind of day.
It is.
Come
Yeah.
over to 42nd and Second.
Yeah, we'll ladle some
We'll
outside.
serve the masses. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For more recipes that are so delicious, follow Eitan on Instagram at Eitan, E-I-T-A-N. Are we
Thank
gonna
you for
have?
spelling it.
It's the word of the
Because some
day.
people don't know.
They don't.
Some people spell my name with an I.
Oh, really?
No.
It's tragic.
Yeah, my phone does when I say Marisol in the thing. It's
Unbelievable.
blasphemy.